I'm Andy Ramirez. Welcome to my election special. I felt important to take up the specific issue of immigration and border security. One of the things that isn't really being discussed are the upcoming DHS cuts from the Obama administration. Now, during the debate, which was moderated by CNN's Candy Crowley, Obama would have you believe that they had expanded the Border Patrol, that his administration was doing all this to strengthen national security along the borders and also provide for immigration enforcement. But nothing could be further from the truth. Let me quote directly from Ms. Kephart. She states, "In an amazing, untold story reflecting President Obama's double talk on immigration during Tuesday's town hall-style debate with Mitt Romney, he claimed responsibility for putting more Border Patrol agents on our border than ever before. What he did not say is that come January 2, 2013, the president's failure of leadership could result in 3,400 Border Patrol agents losing their job. Also on the chopping block are 3,400 Customs and Border Protection inspectors, 932 Immigration and Customs Enforcement special agents, 802 ICE deportation and removal officers." And now this is critical, but this also fits the ongoing pattern from the Obama administration. Most people aren't aware of this. I was able to attend a couple years back Secretary Janet Napolitano's appearance before the House Appropriations Committee, where she discussed some of this. And one of the constant things, she also appeared before the House Homeland Security Committee, and what constantly came up was how she was cutting in the Obama budget and trying to justify cuts at CBP, cuts at ICE, cuts at the United States Coast Guard, including ships that were being phased out, yet not replaced, yet at the same point also expanding the level and size of the bureaucracy at the Department of Homeland Security. And it's well known that the DHS is the biggest bureaucracy in the federal government. Its budget is massive. So while they cut agents and law enforcement officers in critical agencies as well as the Coast Guard, they add to management and administration, which is just, it's preposterous. Getting back to the Kephart statement, what we didn't know was just how bad the cuts would be. You see, we learned that budget sequestration, which will slash the federal budget by 9.4% in 2013 for discretionary defense appropriations and by 8.2% in 2013 for discretionary non-defense appropriations, is actually worse than thought. A law passed 14 months ago required another 1.9% reduction in 2013 if the Congressional Supercommittee failed to come to an agreement on a budget, which is exactly what happened. So in essence, what does that mean? Well, according to the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, they recently told Congress, according to Ms. Kephart, that the amount now will be $60.6 billion rather than the already debilitating $50 billion in cuts previously expected. They reported exactly where the cuts would be, and Representative Norm Dix from Washington, ranking member of the House Appropriations Committee, quickly made its key aspects public in a pleading dear colleague letter to fellow members of Congress asking for cooperation to solve the pending budget disaster. So in essence, you have the president appearing at a debate saying that, i.e., or in essence, they've done all this for security and immigration and border security, yet the reality is the complete opposite. We're also learning that Obama has halved spending on border fencing, infrastructure, technology, and of course this leaves 1,300 miles of Mexican border unfenced. Now, according to the Government Accountability Office report, the federal government spent more than $1.3 billion on border security, infrastructure, fencing, and technology. Yet in 2011, it spent $573 million, while fencing only 649 miles of the nearly 1,954-mile-long U.S.-Mexico border. So in essence, what they're saying is each year, the budget has shrunk from $1.2 billion for fiscal year 2007. It expanded slightly to $1.3 billion in FY 2008, but then dropped in 2009 to $845 million, $800 million for 2010, and $573 million for FY 2011. And what's important is each year, that means that 2011 is really 2012, 2007 would have been 2008, and so on and so forth. So these are the lowest appropriations that have been done for border security ever. These are the lowest amounts, at least if we go back to 2007, 2008's numbers. But it's not only on top of that. You see, one of the things that's also being stated within these reports is that they want to keep this quiet. The administration wants to keep cuts to DHS and even the Defense Department out of the public's view and attention until after the election, until after they have secured a win come November the 6th. So what you have here is exactly as Ms. Kephart says, doublespeak. Obama says one thing at the debates, and yet the reality is the complete opposite.